going to ask that Dr. Al Watine, Professor Emeritus of German, come and introduce our speaker, because it was at his suggestion that we invited this particular Loras alum to join you today for commencement. Dr. Watine.
Well, thank you, Cheryl. And thank you for allowing me the opportunity to celebrate the successes of the 2011 Loras College graduating class. Loras has repeatedly produced amazing graduates, and your commencement speaker today, Admirela Ancion, is no exception. A 1996 graduate of Loras, Admirela Ancion followed her passion and began assisting the world's refugees. Shortly upon her graduation, she moved to Washington, D.C., where she volunteered with the United Nations High Commissioner for Refugees. After serving as an attaché for press, social, and cultural affairs, and as first assistant to the ambassador of Bosnia and Herzegovina, Ms. Ancion completed her Master's of Arts in Law and Diplomacy at Tufts University, Fletcher School. Excuse me. Immediately after graduation, she left for Kosovo to join the United Nations peacekeeping mission. Ms. Admirela Ancion has over a decade of service within the UN in humanitarian efforts, civil affairs, and counterterrorism. In 2000, she joined the UN Peace-Building Initiative in Kosovo and helped establish local civil registration centers. Later, she worked as a field officer in Negara, Tanzania, where she coordinated a large refugee relief effort. For the past several years, she has been working on combating terrorism and transnational organized crime with the UN office in Vienna. Last December, she received a special award of appreciation from the Attorney General of Afghanistan for her work in combating organized crime, operating both within and threatening from without the security of the Republic of Afghanistan. Recently, the U.S. Ambassador to Montenegro has recommended that Ms. Ancion, given her wide range of diplomatic experience and expertise, participate in a special program on peace building to be held in Denver, Colorado this summer, to which only 10 elite UN professionals worldwide were selected. And so it is with great admiration for her humanitarian work that I introduce to you Admirela Ancion. Please look and say.
Thank you, dear Professor Watine, for such an amazing introduction, but are you sure you were talking about me? Hello, Loras. Hello, Iowa, and hello, USA. I'm back. And coming from Austria. In all seriousness, I would like to thank the President James Collins, the Board of Regents, Archbishop Jerome Hones, Dr. Cheryl Jacobson, Father William Johnson, and Dr. Kenneth McLaughlin for this opportunity to talk to the graduating class of 2011. And congratulations to all of you. You have done such a wonderful job with Loras, and there are many new obvious improvements. In fact, there have been so many changes and so many improvements in the past 15 years that I needed a map just to find this lovely sports and wellness center. Do you also do massages here as well? My dear Loras friends, today you need to stand tall and proud, but this college has helped us gain knowledge and critical thinking. But its wonderful faculty, staff, and administration have also watered in us seeds of kindness, warmth, compassion, and a sense of service. These are essential ingredients for growing souls. When I think of the generosity of spirit here at Loras, I'm reminded of a quote from the great Mahatma Gandhi. He said, "Teach this triple truth to all: a generous heart, kind speech, and a life of service and compassion are things that renew humanity." This, my mentors and friends on the Loras faculty, is what you teach every day. For that, on behalf of everyone here, I simply say thank you. But today is a day to celebrate the accomplishments of you, Loras graduates. My fellow alumni, the diploma you've earned is a confirmation of your success in school and of your commitment to bettering yourself. Your diploma is also a symbol of the deep spiritual and personal values presented here at Loras. Values of principled thought, ethical decision-making, responsibilities to others, and service. These values are part of your character as Loras graduates. Stick to these values and you will succeed. Remember, success means something deeper. It should be measured not just by how much you have earned, how many people work for us, and how important our title is, but in challenges we have overcome, by keeping integrity when tempted to give up. It is measured by the number of lives we have helped transform positively, including our own. Your real success in life is intangible. It will be measured in the matters of the heart and soul, and in your capacity to love and serve. Coming back here today, I can't help but think of what my time in Iowa and at Loras meant and continues to mean for me. In fact, I can see also that not too many changes have happened with the student body. We also suffered from certain memory losses. I arrived in Iowa from Yugoslavia and now Bosnia and Herzegovina before internet did. I had 2 suitcases, one full of clothes and one full of books. Among the books, I had the Webster Dictionary, which helped me better understand those around me. I also had dreams, expectations, and excitement, which comes with being a teenager on my own, in America for the first time. Well, there was a bit of culture shock, I must admit. I thought I was coming to California. Based on American TV shows I saw as a young person in Bosnia. And at first I was disappointed not to have found Tom Cruise cruising on the University Avenue. I was very surprised not to find the fast-paced lifestyle portrayed in American movies. Instead, I found something more precious. In the Midwest, I found real, down-to-earth, genuine, and caring persons with a sense of humor. Jackpot! In Iowa, I found my wingman much more real than Iceman and Maverick of Top Gun. Can you tell I grew up in the 1980s? My American Hollywood dream came true when later I met my husband, who looked much like Tom Cruise, except he was a real action hero. Soon after, we both flew to join the UN peacekeeping mission in Kosovo. So, my love for Iowa and for Loras runs deep. And when I was asked to make this commencement speech, of course, I said yes. But then there was a matter of writing this speech. I immediately consulted my old Webster friend, and this is what I found. Commencement, time of commencing, okay. Or the day of conferring degrees or diplomas. That sounds right. But what does it mean to be commencing? What it is that you're commencing? So I searched further, and I found that it meant to initiate, to have or make a beginning. This means that today, 317 of you are initiated into a new beginning. Congratulations. Rejoice about an endless number of good choices you can make in life. You can really become anything and anyone you want to be. You can become a brain surgeon, saving lives like my friend Nick, an army chaplain like my friend Father Paul, who served in Iraq, or artists like my friends Erin and Mike, who fell in love in Loras. They were all Loras graduates. For me personally, the kindness and generosity I found here helped give me strength during a very difficult time for me, my country, and the world. The war in Bosnia started 2 months before my graduation from the US high school. Seeing horrific images on the news and hearing second-hand reports from home overshadowed the end of my high school career. When I did hear from my parents, it was in the form of a terrifying message on the answering machine. We are fleeing. Save yourself. Never return home. Most immediately, as an 18-year-old, the war left me with another question. Where do I go now that there is no home to go back to? The answer came from a friend who brought me to Loras on a day trip to meet some students and faculty, including our wonderful Dr. Vitin. I immediately knew this is where I belonged. As an incoming freshman, I was awarded an international scholarship, one half of the tuition. However, the task was challenging because I needed much more. I had no choice but go forward. There was no way of looking back at my shattered homeland. I learned that one should not be afraid of a challenge, even if the task seems to be daunting. Believe that you are not alone in your darkest times and go firmly forth. I believed and acted on my beliefs. So, not far from where I stand right now, I set off for the only summer job left, cleaning the cane hall. Thank you very much. Every morning, I woke up at 4 a.m. and worked from 5 a.m. to 2 p.m. I still remember the smell of ammonia in hot cleaning water early in the morning. But I can say for sure that I learned so much from this job. The cleaning crew treated me like the family I needed at the very moment. Besides, we played pranks on each other, sticking toilet paper on each other when the other one wasn't looking. I respected them because they were honest and hardworking Americans. They taught me how to earn my own piece of the American dream. I'm glad to bring this dream to you, back to you today. Also, I remember this. You remember this. No matter how high you climb the ladder, remember to respect all, especially the cleaning crews. They might know your personal garbage. Little by little, it became clear to me that through hard work and perseverance, there was indeed a way to stay in school and finish my degree. At this time, I didn't know if my family was alive. Still, I had to continue studying and working hard. Fortunately, we were spared the worst. but it doesn't take a war to recognize the importance of a family. Your parents and siblings are your biggest fans. They are applauding you for a reason, and their happiness for you is real. Remember, personal happiness can be measured by the number of friends and family at one's side, by how many wonderful events and laughter you share together. Their happiness for you is matched only by their expectations of you. And as Loras graduates, I know you have high expectations for yourself too. As one who sat where you are sitting now, I believe you will exceed even your wildest dreams about where you will take your life and career. Let me give you an example from my own life. When I was a student here, I took part in a Loras service trip to a homeless shelter in the nation's capital. That helped confirm my wish to work in public service, especially for the United Nations. After graduating, I heard that a representative of the UN was going to speak in Iowa. I borrowed a suit, went to the lecture, and immediately introduced myself to the speaker. Not long after that, I arrived in Washington, D.C. with 2 suitcases, one full of clothes and one full of books. Again. With $500 to my name and an unpaid internship at the UN, my career began. I didn't think for a second, what if I didn't make it? Just remember, do not be afraid to follow your dreams and take risks. Pursue the good that you believe in, and the doors shall be open. At 26, I went to work with the UN in Africa, managing refugee camps with 140,000 refugees from Rwanda and Burundi. I had only one suitcase full of clothes and books this time. Much more importantly, I had a desire to help others in need. I was working with people who literally lost everything. I think of the children living in poverty and isolation, a hard and unfair life. But even in that hardship, some of my fondest memories are of seeing their smiling faces. One of my most heartbreaking experiences was hearing about a baby in a Burundian refugee camp who burnt in a tent fire while her single mother went to fetch firewood. The neighbors who heard her cries just stood idly by. They could have saved her, but they thought it was not their problem. They failed to realize that we have a human responsibility to help others in need. And while sometimes we cannot do everything everywhere, I know we can always do something somewhere. As citizens of the world, we can change the world and stand up to injustice. Some of these are hard duties, but I have seen people worldwide survive and flourish and serve, even in the aftermath of their own personal and national experiences. I'm often reminded of a quote by Mother Teresa. I know God will not give me anything I can't handle. I just wish that He didn't trust me so much. I grew up quickly thanks to all my experiences. It makes me happy to believe, in fact to know, that every day and everything serves a purpose in life, and that we can learn from both good and bad. To learn from an experience is to grow as a person, as you have done here at Loras. And no doubt, your learning will continue much beyond Loras. In schools, you learn about lives of others. In the school of life, you learn about yourselves. As you do, my advice is find joy, exercise your body, mind, and spirit, love and be loved. Loras is a community where you will always be welcome. Just look at lifelong friendships you have made. There are people who know you well. They will always be just a phone call away. In fact, many of my own Loras and Midwest friends have driven a long way today to watch me speak. I think they're really here just to make sure I don't say anything mischievous. Don't worry, I promise to behave in front of your parents and distinguished guests. I will not mention anything about the great parties we had at Loras. We studied all the time, didn't we? That's the official story, at least. Right, guys? Graduates, now you have your own stories. I hope that these words have proven to show my gratitude for this school and my best wishes for you. I hope that tonight you will enjoy your celebrations with your friends and family. Remember, be grateful for what lies behind and ahead of you. And this wouldn't be a proper graduation speech without a lesson at the end. So, I would like to leave you with some instructions from the book, The ABCs of Love. Abandon doubt. Very important one. Call if you're late. This will be very helpful in your relationship. Eat dessert first. Open your heart. Dance. Flirt, but not in a relationship. Reciprocate. Trust. Yield to chocolate. And uncork champagne. Until we meet again, may you find peace and joy in whatever you do. Congratulations, the class of 2011.